Looking up at the Sidney Sugar Factory, it's an impressive sight. This was built here in 1925, and for nearly a century, sugar beets have been the lifeblood of this valley. Now, as this building is set to close in April, farmers, factory workers, and local businesses are trying to figure out what comes next.
It's going to impact our community dramatically.
Few businesses have been in Sidney longer than Sidney Sugars. Niehenke Welding is one of the exceptions.
We're celebrating our 101st year this year.
The business began as a blacksmith shop in 1921, but the business has always relied on beet farmers.
Our main priority is our farmers. They have always come first. We will always support our farmers 100%.
And that's why news of the closure is so difficult to bear.
The impact of this factory closing in our area just does not affect Sidney. It affects the outlying communities. It's millions of dollars that is possible loss of revenue for the state of Montana and our county. You know, it's devastating.
And it's not just this welding shop. Other multi-generational family-owned businesses in and around Sidney, like Western Tire and farm equipment dealers, are also tied to sugar beet production.
You know, I think it actually impacts almost every facet of our, our economy in Sidney and in Fairview. You know, the trickle-down effect is real when it comes to something like this, because the money that was coming in is now going to we're going to have to find somewhere else to get it, is what it comes to.
American Crystal announced the closure of the plant on Monday, saying in a press release that, quote, the growers of the Montana-Dakota Beet Growers Association showed there is no longer adequate interest in growing sugar beets to sustain operations at Sidney Sugars Incorporated. But that didn't sit right with many, including the mayor of Sidney.
Was not impressed at all with the letter that was put out to the employees. Most definitely not. This is not the farmer's fault, by any means.
On top of the loss of a profitable crop is the specialty sugar beet farm equipment all across the valley that no longer has a purpose.
And I think it's beyond anybody's belief of how far that ripple effect will go. Hopefully we get through it. That's all we can do.
In Sidney, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.